ICRT, doing a little old school 90s Destiny's Child, Say My Name. I gotta say, I love that song. And the person that I'm gonna say their name right now is Joyce Young. Joyce, good morning.
Good morning, Stevie. Thanks for having me.
You're very welcome. It's good to have you here. Now, Joyce is here visiting from Lingvist Technologies, and now, Joyce, I'm a little bit I'm interested in what this is because I hear Lingvist Technologies, and I think, okay, all right, so we're going to be talking about technology. That's kind of cool. And then I see that Joyce is the head of Asian languages for a technology company. Okay, now I'm interested. So Joyce,
Yes.
Tell us what is Lingvist Technologies? What do you guys do? Why am I talking to you, Joyce?
That's a really good question. We are a language learning app.
An app.
Yeah, we are actually an app that helps young people of all age groups to learn languages faster and better with artificial intelligence, aka AI, and big data.
Oh, okay. So using technology to your advantage, basically.
Exactly. So this is something that's quite different from the old language learning scene or even the online language learning. Right now we have, we use big data to collect the most contemporary utterances, sentences, words. We analyze them and then we cater the course to you.
So basically, if I'm hearing you right, I'm going to adjust your mic here so you're going to hear this big sound. So if you are, you said you're analyzing big data in that. So this isn't just like going online and using like textbooks and stuff to teach. You're basically analyzing what people are looking for and what people are saying and using and turning that back into the students' advantages.
Yeah.
Back into an advantage for the students.
Yeah, you're totally onto
Okay,
it.
interesting.
There are actually two different angles to look at big data. So one is that unlike the traditional textbook, it's based on a group of people's brains, basically.
Right. A bunch of teachers or professors and linguists who said, we need to do this. And then there are a lot of textbooks out there that it's just like, conversation, or this book did that, so we're going to do this too.
Yeah.
There's a lot of that too. There really is.
There is, and they're probably not even that accurate, not even that appropriate, or not even that so practical.
And practical is the key word, because one thing that I notice with a lot of current English textbooks is they're very, how do I say this nicely, not modern. They're not using modern English. They're teaching.
I know what you're saying.
Now, of course, for Taiwanese students, English learning in that, a lot of it is based on passing tests, and of course, they've got to be able to pass the test.
I know, unfortunately, that's the reality.
And so for those, for that kind of vocabulary and those sentence patterns and that, I'm afraid students still have to learn a lot of stuff that I personally think is outdated. But for students who really want to speak English well, they need the modern stuff. They need the modern vocabulary.
Exactly.
They need there's different sentence patterns. I mean, language evolves, right? It's living.
Exactly. So if you think about how technology comes in, let's not think anything that's too fancy. Let's just think the internet. Like the internet has been around for 30 years now. We all know how to use it. We all know how to access it. And if you look at it from a different perspective, when you use Facebook, you use Twitter, you use all these kind of online websites, you're actually contributing to the whole corpus.
Right.
Now, for those of you who don't know what corpus is, it's a big database that collects what people say or write. Essentially.
They're spying on us.
Well, we're going to go down the Edward Snowden road, and then we can go there too.
No. We'll bring it back to language, using it for language learning.
Yeah. So, basically, the internet changes the way how language experts collect and review language data. And this is how Lingvist kind of was born. It's because we use the internet, we know what's going on. So when you follow some celebrity on Twitter, you see the most contemporary data.
Right.
This is what we have in our course. This is the most contemporary thing you can learn and you can be exposed to.
So learn the old school and that from the textbooks, and learn the new school and the old school from Lingvist app.
Exactly.
All right, this is cool. Now, you used to be an English teacher.
Yeah, but I taught in Taiwan for 2 years, and I taught in Japan for 2 years.
I see you also studied Japanese.
I did.
So English, Japanese, Chinese,
and I'm learning German right now.
And you're learning German now?
Because I live in Germany right now.
Ah, okay,
yeah.
Cool. So working at Lingvist, you're actually also a linguist.
I am. Well, with my background, I have an MA in applied linguistics.
Ah, very cool.
So that's kind of like a starting point of my, well, not the fundamental official point of my language journey, sort of. I had always been interested in languages, reading books and all that, like super nerdy and all that. And then after working for a while, I decided that I'm gonna kind of explore that area a little bit more.
Use your interest, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So then I went abroad and studied applied linguistics and learned a whole lot about it. Came back to Taiwan. I really wanted to contribute. I still want to, actually. I want to contribute what I have learned. I want to change how languages are learned in Taiwan.
That's kind of what you're doing here today, talking with us, is trying to help people figure out how to do this.
Exactly, yeah. It's going to sound super corny, but like with me, I have this like urge to help people whenever I can. But when I was teaching English or teaching whatever language, the limitation is that I can teach like 10 people top at a time. Working at Lingvist, I can help thousands and thousands of people whenever I want, like 24/7. Even when I'm sleeping, I'm helping people, and that's what really like drives me every day. Like wake up every day, I think how I can help people in Taiwan, in Japan, wherever they are.
Okay, cool. Now, obviously, we're talking right now about Taiwan. So, tell us how you talked about the app collects, your database and that you collect a lot of modern English and that. So, now tell us a little bit about what the app actually is and how people here can actually use that to learn language.
Well, first of all, download the app. It's free. Go ahead, try it for yourself. Once you open the app, you can see that the very first thing you see is a little hub where you can see your learning data, which is very important because you can see how your memory curve goes and how many words you've learned. And then if you're going to, we have 2 sessions. One will be like, we call it the guess game or the vocabulary builder, that actually collects and teaches you the most contemporary words like we discussed. And also, it's not just showing you like flashcards randomly. We also use AI, spaced repetition, to calculate how you learn, how soon you forget something. And we repeat and show you the word that you don't know or you've forgotten at the most optimal timing as possible.
Wow.
Yeah, it's really cool. I tried it with French.
This sounds very advanced.
It is. Yeah, I really, really like it. I tried it with French. Obviously German right now, and Spanish, and it's just like it really knows. Like you can't lie to a machine. You can lie to yourself and say, I got this, I'm not going to read the book anymore. But like when you're using an app, you can't lie. The app tells you, dude, you got to repeat this.
Yeah.
Come on.
You're weak in this part, you're strong in this part. Yeah. Now, can students use the app for obviously here we're talking about vocabulary. Can they use it for instance, like reading, writing, or is this mostly just like for now, like a comprehension?
Well, now we have the challenges area, and that actually goes into help you practice speaking, reading, and listening as well. And we are also not just this is the thing we don't want to do, is we don't want to be a digital textbook.
Right, and you don't want to be a digital dictionary.
No, because there will be no point of that. So every step we take when we're developing the product, we're incorporating AI, algorithm, big data, and machine learning into everything. So when you're doing reading, it's not just the regular reading material that's been implemented into the app. We're actually analyzing how you interact with the material, and then try to figure out what your learning style is and provide you with something more appropriate as you go.
Oh, this sounds kind of cool. So now you can download the app for free. So would you just look in like the App Store or the iTunes Store?
Yeah, if you go we have both. We actually have 3 versions. We have on all platforms. If you only use the computer, you prefer the big screen.
Oh, so you can also do it on PC?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, very cool.
Yeah, you could do that. It's on Android. I go to Google Play Store, type in Lingvist, Lingvist. You'll be able to find it, or go to App Store. Also Lingvist.
And you can download it and try it out for free. And obviously there are probably some paid options in that if you want to take certain classes or
but
things
even
like that.
you can. actually, you know what? Like, it's free forever. There are paid options, like you said, but just go ahead, try it. If you don't want to use the paid option, doesn't matter. Whatever suits you, whatever helps you, you can use it for free forever as long as you go.
Okay, so Lingvist, Lingvist. And so, yeah, this actually sounds like this app sounds a little bit different than other things that I've seen online. So, very cool. So, if you want to check that out, check out Lingvist. Again, Lingvist. And right now, you have it for English. Do you guys have it in other languages? I'm just curious. That's a surprise question.
That's a good question.
I'm trying to learn Spanish.
We do have Spanish.
Okay.
Well,
And actually, I need to improve my Chinese vocabulary, too. I would like to do that as well.
Oh,
my
yeah.
Chinese is okay, but...
It's on the roadmap. We don't have a Chinese course just yet.
Okay.
But obviously, because I work there, I'm pushing that as well.
Okay.
And Japanese and all other languages. But I would like to point out, actually, there's a big difference. Why some people might think, how come we don't have as many language courses as other apps? A big point is because... many other apps that I know, they just use machine-generated random sentences. So it's very easy to just translate it into anything. But for Lingvist, we actually hire in-house language experts who are native speakers of every different source languages. So for our English-speaking learners learning Spanish, we have native English speakers creating the Spanish course for you. For Chinese speakers learning English, you also have native Chinese speakers, that's me, creating the course for you. So
cool.
Every course is catered for that market. And then further on with AI, further makes it more customized for you personally.
Wow.
So it's pretty amazing.
Very impressive. So you can get it for PC, you can get it for Android or for Apple, basically all the platforms out there. So check it out, Lingvist, Lingvist. And I want to thank you for your time today, Joyce.
Thank you very much for having me.
And it sounds cool. I think I'm going to go download the one, and look for the Spanish.
Go ahead. If you have any questions, you know how to reach me.
All right, cool. Okay, we're going to go into a quick break, and we'll be right back with more music right here on ICRT FM 100.